Migration is the movement of humans, animals, and goods from one location to another. Water transport is the intentional movement by water over large distances. Historically, water was transported by the hand in dry countries by traditional waters such as the Sakas of Arabia and Bishiti of India. Water transport is the cheapest and the oldest mode of transport. It operates on natural trunk and here does not require huge capital investment. It is construction and maintenance of its trunk and except in case of canals. It is operates on a natural track and hence does not require huge capital investment and the construction and maintenance of its trunk except in case of canals. The cost of operation of water transport is also very less. It has the largest carrying capacity and it most suitable for carrying bulky goods over long distance. It has played a very significant role in bringing different parts of the world. Water transportation system. It is the process of transporting a watercraft such as barge, boat, ship, or sailboats to make over a body of water, such as a sea, lake, canal, or river. The need for the buoyancy units watercraft and makes the whole dominant aspect of its construction, maintenance, and appearance. Refers to the movement of goods and passengers on waterways by using various means like boats, steamers, lanchas, ships. At the first, simple boats involved include a large square of cloth mounted on the central pool. This cloth was called a sail. The sails aided in navigation and one pressure propelled the boat. With the advent of automation in the 19th century, water transportation changed forever. Ships shed their sails. Now more goods and people could be transported faster. Landmark invention in water transportation are under Cornelius Drebbel invented the first submarine in 1620 AD. First practical steamboat demonstrated by the Marquess Claude, 1783 AD. Steamboat invented 1787 AD. First diesel-powered ship 1912 AD. Hovercraft invented 1956 ATD. First nuclear-powered ship launched as 1958. So the next topic is all about the types of water transportations. So A is island water transport. So inland water transports compress rivers, canal, and lakes. So it is also known as internal water transports. Rivers that are naturally vegetables are called natural waterways. Canal is canalized. Rivers belong to the category of gratifications waterways. So generally small boats and steamers are operated on rivers to transport people and goods. So where rivers are deep enough, large ship can also play on them. Canals are man-made waterways constructed for the twin purposes of navigations and irrigations. Small of learning. So inland water transport utilize rivers, canals, and lakes so to move people and goods. So natural waterways like rivers are navigations without human interventions, while artificial ones like canals are man-made for navigations and irrigation. So small boats or steamers operate on rivers, while large ships can navigate deeper waters. So the canals serve both navigations and irrigation purposes. So enhance transportations of and agriculture's development. The next is B. So the next topic is all about the types of water transportations. So A is island water transport. So inland water transports compress rivers, canal, and lakes. So it is also known as internal water transports. Rivers that are naturally vegetables are called natural waterways. Canal is canalized. Rivers belong to the category of gratifications waterways. So generally small boats and steamers are operated on rivers to transport people and goods. So where rivers are deep enough, large ship can also play on them. Canals are man-made waterways constructed for the twin purposes of navigations and irrigations. Small of learning. So inland water transport utilize rivers, canals, and lakes so to move people and goods. So natural waterways like rivers are navigations without human interventions, while artificial ones like canals are man-made for navigations and irrigation. So small boats or steamers operate on rivers, while large ships can navigate deeper waters. So the canals serve both navigations and irrigation purposes. So enhance transportations of and agriculture's development. The next is B, ocean water transport. So ocean water ferry a lot of the world's trade. Most of bulky goods, materials, and passenger pass through ocean waters from one country to another at the cheapest cost. Various forms of vessel shells and the high seas. Some of these vessels include. So the first is the passenger liners. These vessels carry mainly passengers, main and highly valued goods. However, these types of vessels operate on schedules of routes. So the next is B, the cargo lines. These vessels combine freight with passengers. They also keep the schedules, routes like the passenger lines. Cargo lines are suited for the transportations of perishables goods because of the preventions of guilt, refrigerators in most of them. For the small trivia is so this is essential for global trade, enable to influence movements of goods, materials, and passengers between countries at a low cost. These vessels from the backbone of the global logistic networks, facilitating economic growth and connectivity between distant of markets.
My topic is all about major types and examples of water transportation. Number 1. Cruise ship. Cruise ship is a luxury vessel that is used to take passenger on a pleasure voyage in a journey that is as much a part of the experience as the various destinations on the way. Number 2. Yacht. Yacht is a small streamlined, sailing, or motor-driven vessel used for pleasure, cruises, racing, or other commercial purposes. Number 3. Boat. Boat is a watercraft of any size designed to float or plane to work or travel on water. Small boats are typically found on in island or protected coastal areas. Both can be categorized into the following main type. Both can be categorized into the following main type. Unpowered or human-powered boats. Unpowered boats include rafts and floats meant for one-way downstream travel. Human-powered boats include canyons, kayaks, and gondolas. B. Bangkas. Bangkas, small boats for hopping between islands situated in close proximity to one another. Consider the taxis of the sea. Motorized bangkas are called pumboats. Tickets are purchased at the jetty or dock before departure. Sailboat. These are boats. Sailboats. There are boats propelled slowly by means of sails. Motorboats. These are propelled by mechanical means such as engines.
Ferry. It is a boat that transports passengers, goods, and vehicles, usually across rivers or short stretches of sea. So, this is the sixth major type of water transport. So, number one is double-ended ferries. They have interchangeable bows and sterns, allowing them to shuttle back and forth between two terminals without having to turn around. So, double-ended ferries refers to a type of ferry that is designed with interchangeable bows and sterns. This means that both ends of the ferry are identical and can serve as either the front bow or the back stern of the vessel. And also, double-ended ferries offer a time-saving and efficiency solution by allowing them to shuttle between a terminal without turning around, thereby increasing efficiency and saving time and operations. Number two is fast craft. Fast means of transport between big islands, usually in the form of a modern, air-conditioned catamaran. Tickets are purchased at the dockside before departure. So, fast means of transport between big islands means that these ferries are designed to quickly transport passengers and sometimes vehicles across the large bodies of water, such as between large islands. They are faster than traditional ferries, reducing travel time. And also, fast ferries are often designed as modern, air-conditioned catamarans with two parallel hulls for stability and speed. These modern, air-conditioned vessels prioritize passenger comfort with up-to-date facilities and climate control. And tickets are purchased at the dockside before departure, indicating that reservation may not be necessary and are sold on a first-come first-served basis. Number three is rurus. Rule on, rule off are vessels that are used to carry wheeled cargo. However, there are also beds and seats for passengers. So, rurus are ships designed to carry wheeled cargo such as cars, truck, trailers, and railroad cars driven on and off the ship on their own wheels or using a platform vehicle. And rurus are not only carry wheeled cargo but also provide accommodations for passengers with beds for longer journeys and seats for shorter trips. Number four is ponton ferries. They carry vehicles across rivers and lakes and are widely used in least developed countries with large rivers where the cost of bridge construction is prohibitive. So, ponton ferries are a type of ferry that use pontons, which are flat-bottom boats or floating structures, to transport vehicles across rivers and lakes. Pontons are essentially floating platforms that can support the weight of vehicles and passengers. Number five is train ferry. It is a design to carry railway vehicles. Typically, one level of the ship is fitted with railway tracks, and the vessel has a door at the front and or rear to give access to the wharves. So, train ferry is a vessel designed to transport trains or railway vehicles across bodies of water. Primarily used when there is no direct railway connections between two water-separated locations. The last is foot ferries. They are small craft used to ferry foot passengers and often also cyclists over rivers. These are either self-propelled craft or cable ferries. So this means that foot ferries are typically smaller in size compared to other type of ferries. They are specially used to transport people who are traveling on foot, and in some cases, they are also accommodate cyclists. These ferries are primarily intended for short distance river crossings. Foot ferries can be categorized into two main types: the self-propelled crafts and cable ferries. Self-propelled craft has engines and propulsion systems, while cable ferries use cable system to pull the ferry across the river.
2GO is engaged in the movement of people operating under the brand name CGO Travel for Passage Business and C2GO Freight for Cargo Business. The company and its subsidiaries provide shipping, logistics, and distribution service to small and medium enterprises, large corporations, and government agencies throughout the Philippines. The shipping group operating ocean-going freighters, roll-on roll-off freight and passenger vessel roll-off vessel, and fast ferry passenger vessel. The logistic group offers transportation, warehousing, and distribution called Chain Solution. Domestic and international ocean and air provided service, custom bro- brokerage, project, logistic and express, and the last mile package and e-commerce delivery. The distribution group leveraged 2GO's shipping and logistics service to provide value-added distribution service to principal and customer. So the example of 2GO is 2GO is the largest ferry operator in the Philippines based in the capital city of Manila, providing an extensive sailing network between some of the nation's 7,000 islands. FASCAT, a Archipelago Philippines Ferries Corporation, a ferry company that operates as FASCAT, was founded to provide a vital maritime link between the Philippines' 7,107 islands. Since its corporation in 2002, it has become a trusted shipping company that owns and operates the Philippines' first and only catamaran roll-on roll-off ferries, as well modernized port and terminals in the eastern and western Philippine Sea route. In support of the government's strong Republic Nautical Highway project and to facilitate an economical movement of people and goods, APFC offers safe, fast, and convenient ferry service to islands using state-of-the-art ro-ro vessels. These new vessels are the first ferry designed specifically for Philippines water conditions. So FASCAT is a dynamic company guided by its core value, focus, accountable, safety, conscious team player, committed, attentive to customer need, and transitor. TransAsia, with its complement of Ropak vessel, TransAsia Shipping Lines is uniquely positioned as a Cebu-based company with unsurpassed experience in the Visayas Mindanao area. Their operation, which employ more than 300 people, is one of the leaders in the field of cargo handling, passage, and route development. The company was incorporated on March 25, 1974 as Solar Shipping Lines. However, on October 16, 1974, the company decided to change its corporate name of TransAsia Shipping Lines Inc. with Julian G. Say Sr. as its president and chairman of the board of directors. The company was then key in the development of trade between Cebu and Cagayan and Cebu and Butuan. Since then, they have developed several parts in Visayas and Mindanao which are now center of economic activities.
Advantage of water transportation. Economical. Rivers are self-contained roadway that requires no building or maintenance. Even yet, the cost of building and maintenance canals is much cheaper if they utilize the purpose other than transportation, such as irrigation. Additionally, the cost of operating water transport seems to be very cheap. It is least expensive method of transit for transporting product between the location. Rivers naturally provide a transportation route without the needs for construction or maintenance. They are already present in the environment can be used for moving goods and people. Canals cheaper for purposes other than transportation. While building and maintaining canals may incur some cost, they can be more economical if they utilize the purpose other than transport such irrigation. It means canals can serve multiple functions, making investment in their construction and maintenance for more cost effective. Cheap or cost operating water transport. The cost of operating water transport such as boat or barges. It's relatively compared to the other method transportation. It makes the water transport the less expensive method for moving goods between different locations. Large storage capacity. Ship are modes of transportation that have highly capacity for transporting a large amount of goods. This is particularly true when compared to the other modes of travel, such as rail, craft, water transport, enable the transportation of large and heavy items in the low cost. Ships are able to transport a large amount of goods, including a large and heavy items. At the low cost, water transport is particularly advantage for transporting such items due to the ability for ship to carry a significant amount of cargo. Safe mode transportation. Whether delay the departure or arrival of airplane on a large number of times. Will ship can be operate more readily, more complex, unpredictable situation due to their durability, resistance, and dependability. Safety of the different mode of transportation, especially comparing to airplanes and ships. It states that weather condition can cause of the delay of airplane, both terms of departure and arrival. On the other hand, ships are able to operate more easily in complex of unpredictable situation because they are more durable, resistant, and dependable. On the other hand, ships are better equipped to handle adverse weather conditions and can continue operating when airplanes be grounded. Are better equipped to handle adverse weather conditions can be continue operating when airplanes may be grounded. Environmental friendly. Although it's produced a very little environmental damage, oil leakage from the tanks seems to be a primary issue with this method of transportation at times. If we want a green world with the fewest CO2 emissions, water transport will be win since typically has the lowest carbon footprint. There is expectations if an oil spill is included in the comparison.
Water transportation is typically considered as environmental friendly due to its lower carbon footprint. The issue of leakage from the tanks can be pose of significant environmental risk.
Disadvantage of water transportation. Sluggish and time-consuming. Water transport is a highly inefficient kind of transport. Traveling or transporting things takes a lengthy time. Additionally, rivers are twisting. This element must also be considered when predicting delivery dates, since the time needed, particularly across large distances, is often more than that necessary for air and land transport. Water transport is very sluggish, making it unsuitable for situations when speed is critical. Port accessibility. In certain instances, ports are unsuitable for receiving cargo ships, posing logistical difficulties during disembarkations. All ships required ports and infrastructure that are appropriate for their requirements and size. Yet, in certain nations, these types of facilities do not exist, resulting in delayed delivery. Journey frequency. This may result in delivery delays or diversions. Although certain trips are much more commercial than the others and are often made on a regular basis. Others may take much longer to complete, and boats need more preparation time than aeroplanes, vehicle, or railroads. Not appropriate for perishable goods. Water transport is inefficient for delivering perishable products due to the length of time required to reach the destination.
Water's transportation involves moving a watercraft like boat, ship, or sailboat across bodies of water such as seas, ocean, lakes, canals, or rivers. It's a critical aspect of the global commerce and passengers travel. Historically, water transport predates other forms of transportation with the invention of the dog boats, both marking a significant milestones. Over time, simple boats evolved into the sail-propelled ship which eventually gave way to automated ship in the 19th century. Key inventions in water transportations include the submarine 1620, the practical steamboats 1783, diesel-powered ship 1912, and the nuclear-powered ship 1958. Water transportation can be divided into inland water transport. They include the rivers, canals, lakes, and the ocean water transport. The latter carries a significant portion of the world trade and passengers travel. Various types of vessels are used, including the passengers liners, cargo liners, cruise ships and yacht boats, ferries, river boats, and ships. In the Philippines, major water transport operations include the Togo Travel, Fast Cats, and Transasha. They provide vital maritime links between the islands, offering service for both passengers and freight. Water transportation has several advantages. It's economical, has a large storage capacity, is safe, can transport a diverse range of materials, and is environmentally friendly. However, it also some disadvantage including being slow and time consuming less reliable in terms of timely arrival, requiring suitable port infrastructure, having 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 infrequent journeys and not being suitable for perishable goods.